Hi, it's Dr. Diana, and it's Thursday night, 7 o'clock Pacific time, and you're watching my Facebook Live. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Diana Hoppe. I'm a board-certified OB-GYN here in San Diego, California, and I do just GYN now. No more babies. I actually like to sleep at night, so I love doing babies. I really did, but they tend to come all times of the day and night. So by sleeping, it really helps me, and maybe we'll even do a Facebook Live about sleep. So tonight I was going to talk about something fun, and I see people joining already. Hey, everyone who's joining, please say who you are and if you have any questions, where you're calling in from. Initially, I was going to talk about toxins in our food, but I did a talk yesterday at the Dove Library here in Carlsbad. That was really fun, but I had a patient today, two patients today, that asked me the same question, and I thought, well, maybe the universe is telling me something that I should bring up this topic. And it had to do about hot flashes, not only in them, the women that came in, but they were wondering if men had a menopause. So let me back up a little bit and first say, what is menopause? And then, do men have that? And you know how I love my brain. This is my brain to show you things. And it all starts off in the brain, literally, in the hypothalamus and the pituitary, which is this area of the brain right here. So when, as women, we know that every woman will go through menopause. That means a time where she will stop having her cycle and no longer be reproductive. So it's kind of going from childbearing to non-childbearing. And there can be a lot of symptoms that happen during that time. But what happens in the brain, and I don't know if you can see this, but on my website, you see a really nice diagram. But basically, it means that the brain sends a signal to the ovaries and to the testicles to release hormones. So for the ovaries, it's called follicle stimulating hormone. So some of you have heard about FSH. That's follicle stimulating hormone. And that says to the ovary, make follicles, make follicles. And those follicles make estrogen and progesterone. So each month when you're having your cycle, you have a peak of estrogen mid-cycle and then progesterone about like day 21. But for men, they have LH, which is luteinizing hormone, that goes to the testicles and that helps make testosterone. So how does that then translate to menopause, and what is a male menopause? So a patient today said, I'm having all these hot flashes, these night sweats, and I was at my husband's function yesterday, and I was just sweating. I couldn't even think. I lost my makeup. I was feeling horrible. I had to go outside. I had to fan myself. And she says, what's happening to my body? Well, what's happening to your body is that your ovaries that were getting that signal from your brain to make the hormones aren't getting that signal anymore. They're getting the FSH, but the follicles aren't being made, so that there's no more eggs, literally, in the ovary. So the ovary is shut down in the sense of no more hormones. And what that causes, it can cause a lot of night sweats, hot flashes, mood swings, irritability, all the things I see every day, and that women come say, is this normal? This graph shows you, and the main point of this, not that you have to see all the details, is just the rapid decrease in estrogen. And this is estrogen in the 30s and 40s, and this is at age 50, 51. So the average age of menopause is about 51. And that's when we see a dramatic decrease in the amount of estrogen that our body makes. That can cause the hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, all those fun things. I think all of you are joining in, and Danny loves Thursday nights with Dr. Diana. I love Thursday nights with all of you. So we know that with menopause, the average age is 51. And it can happen before that, and there's symptoms that can happen way before menopause, and that's called perimenopause. So I have many women come in and say, I went to the doctor, I was having all these symptoms, my labs turned out all normal, and he said it was fine, or she said it was fine. We won't be completely against the men. So, the labs are, quote, normal. Why am I having these symptoms? And perimenopause are those years before menopause. So menopause means that you're no longer reproductive age. Your ovaries don't make any more eggs to ovulate. And it means 12 months without having a period. So that is menopause. And basically, every woman who lives to a certain age will go through the menopause transition. So now let's go back to the question, do men have menopause? Interesting in the word menopause is men. So you think, well, why did they put men in there? but it really has to do with menorrhagia or bleeding, and it means the pausing of bleeding is really what it comes from. And I love the etiology and etymology of words and their roots, so I get into that kind of thing. So with men, there is something that causes the hormonal shift, and that is called andropause or low testosterone. Men, interestingly, can also have symptoms of the decreasing of the hormone, of their testosterone, but men have a much more gradual decrease in their testosterone levels. So here's a little graph that shows that. I'm trying to get it focused here. But basically, this is the man who's age 20. That's when it peaks, the testosterone. And you can see over the decades, it really drops about 10% per decade. So age 20, it's the max, probably about like 1,200 of the level of testosterone. Then at age 40, 50, 60, 70, and beyond. So you see it's a much more gradual drop. Not like the precipitous that were in women, where it's like, oh my God, one day you have these hormones, and the next day there's like very little there. So compare that with that. So when women say, why am I having these symptoms? It's because they're having a huge drop in the hormones. And many women don't talk about this. Many doctors don't even go in detail about why this is happening. So men, they lose testosterone much more gradually than women do. They don't get a time where the testicles stop making the testosterone. They just decrease the amount, but they still make it so that they don't have that sudden, oh my gosh, loss of a major hormone in their body. And so then some men say, well, why is my wife going through all this stuff? And why does she not like sex anymore? And why does she think sex is painful? Why is she so irritable? Why can't she sleep at night? Well, it has to do with hormones. And what I'd like to say to everybody is that I'm really excited about something that's going to happen tomorrow. And any of you on my email list will get an email about it. Facebook list, you're going to see that I've been talking about an event that I've been really working toward. And it really addresses these issues that we're talking about tonight, that we don't hear a lot about hormones, about what's happening to our bodies. And so I'm going to be launching something tomorrow called Amazing Over 40. And it's going to be an Indiegogo campaign. So I haven't yet made the site, but it's going to be an Indiegogo campaign that'll help fund this incredible campaign, this incredible site that's going to be online for women to have the resources they need. So I'm really excited about that. It's taken me quite some time to get all of it together. And with your help, I'm going to be able to really make it a huge success. So I'm going to ask if anyone has any questions. I think I covered it about the testosterone, but men can have hot flashes. So how many of you knew that men could get hot flashes? A few of you did. So men can get hot flashes. They can have night sweats. They can get depressed. They can be irritable. They can have a lot of the symptoms that women experience during perimenopause and menopause. And so when your man starts getting a little bit more depressed, has decreased sex drive, a little bit more weight gain and muscle loss, that is something to do with the testosterone. And so I get asked sometimes, well, should men be on testosterone? Well, let me first talk about some things that cause testosterone to drop. And these are things that we can sometimes prevent. So like, let's say your partner, your husband, your boyfriend is getting some of these changes. You're noticing he's a little more irritable, maybe having some hot flashes, not really talking about it. But you may want to ask him to go to the doctor and see about what his testosterone level is, because the doctor can also check for like diabetes. Diabetes is something that can cause a decrease in testosterone. So if your partner has diabetes or maybe liver disease, obesity, if he's gained a little weight in the stomach, you're going to be actually converting a lot more of that testosterone to estrogen. So that's what causes that kind of fat deposition in the abdomen. And if he's on anti-testosterone therapy, high-dose steroids can cause a drop in testosterone. So if you go to my website, I actually have tips that you can improve your testosterone. So let's say you have a man with low T and you want to help him out. There's natural ways to increase testosterone levels. And with those are really simple lifestyle changes, very easy to implement. Like part of it is losing weight. If we can lose some of that extra fat, that's going to decrease the amount of conversion that testosterone goes to estrogen. So in the fat cells in men, that happens, and also in women too. So if we lose the fat, we actually decrease the amount of testosterone loss or increase our testosterone levels. So exercise, eating right. I think a lot of these tips, when I mention them to my audience and I say to my patients, they're very interesting because they're very consistent. If you can do small things every day that will make your life better, your health will markedly improve. And many of you know about the compound effect. That Aaron Hardy is one of my mentors, and I love reading his books. He had a book called The Compound Effect, and where it showed how every day, if you just put 1 more cent into the piggy bank, how that compounds over time. And that also works for your health. So when you make health choices like, do I go to the gym or am I going to go home and sit on the couch? Going to the gym for that 45 minutes is going to be a huge factor in your health. Doing that consistently as a routine is going to improve your life markedly. Risk of diabetes decreases, the risk of heart disease decreases, the risk of dementia decreases. I mean, do I need to go on? So go and exercise, really. If you can even just walk around the block, awesome. It can be high interval training with walking fast and then slow, perfect. Going up a hill, down a hill, just get off the couch. That's what we want, and get you moving. So actually, great. Danny posted the 10 signs your man may be suffering from low T. So this is a great article, blog, that I wrote for my site, because one of my patients had come in and she was wondering why her husband was having these symptoms. He was being depressed. He was kind of irritable. Sex drive was pretty much out the window. And she's like, I don't know what's happening, and I'm not sure if he's having an affair. I don't know if he's just not into my body. I know I'm a little overweight, and I feel kind of like I should be in better shape. You know how us women, we always think it might be our fault. It's not really a fault. It's just that there's something that happens naturally with men, that they have a decrease in their testosterone. Now, it's not as marked a change in the levels that estrogen does. Like estrogen is like this, and testosterone is more like a gradual decrease, but it still can have effect on your man. Interestingly, women in menopause can't get pregnant. They're not going to be able to have an egg that gets ovulated, and therefore they won't get pregnant. Men, on the other hand, still make sperm the rest of their life. So a man who's 70 can still sire or father a child, whereas a woman in her 70s can probably be a surrogate. But I don't know if she wants to do that when she's 70, but she can use her uterus to be pregnant, but she wouldn't spontaneously become pregnant. So I hope that clarifies some of the things that, some of the questions that you had. And I'd like to open it up to anyone who has questions about anything. I am going to do once a month, I think, where I call it Ask the Doctor or Doctor Office Hours. And that's going to be also on my new site so that you all can ask questions about anything that you want to talk about. So you can pick my brain about things. We can investigate certain issues that are on your mind. But basically, the whole purpose of these programs, these Facebook Lives, are to educate and really get you motivated. And that's why tomorrow I'm really excited. Last night I could barely sleep because I was thinking about this campaign that's going to happen. And this has been a mission that I've had in my heart for a long time. It's probably the last 4 or 5 years I've been working on this. It's really come to manifest over the last maybe 2 years. And it's because I see women every day suffering from the symptoms of perimenopause and menopause. And I see how over time, through the years, 50, 60, 70, and beyond, they can live remarkable lives. And we can work as a community to make their lives the best that they can. So please just be on the lookout in your email. If you want to like my Facebook page, Dr. Diana Hoppe, Facebook, you'll also see tomorrow on my Facebook page about the campaign and how you can help. There's going to be some amazing perks also. So some gifts that you would want for yourself that you can enjoy, things you can give to your family or your friends that are going to be pretty cool. So I wanted to make it so it's a win-win because we want to have fun. We want to live the best lives. We want to be educated and empowered. So this is knowledge is power, and we know that. So if you have accurate information, you can make the best decisions. And we know that women pretty much make the decisions for the whole family. They're the ones who choose what doctor they're going to go to, what insurance plan pretty much is going to be adopted, when they're going to go on the open enrollment. The woman's going to say also what medications, what pharmacy. So really, the woman is like the matriarch. She's the head of the whole health issue. And so we as women need to be able to take a break sometimes and actually take a step back and say, where's my community? Where's the group of women who understand what I'm going through? Am I the only one who's having these issues? No, you're not alone. And that's why I'm so excited about this. So again, if you have any questions or you want to ask about anything about the program, please do. Danny's saying great things. We have so many likes, so many people sharing. And if you have any topic you want me to talk about, please do, because I think that's what this is for. Like every time I do this, I always say that, and I do mean it. And I love talking about the brain. The brain is basically, if you don't take care of your brain and your gut, you're basically not going to have an immune system that's going to function well. And you want to make sure that you really take care of yourself. And that means getting enough sleep, eating the right foods, going to my blogs and reading about sugar, reading about all the things that I blog about that are really helpful information so that you can live the best life that you can. So with that, I'm going to probably stop a little early tonight because I think everyone's getting excited about the campaign and wants to get on board. So I'll leave you with, please like my Facebook page. Please share it with your friends. And tomorrow, when you see the link for the Indiegogo, please click on it, listen to it, watch the video, and share it with as many women, friends, your study group, your bunco group, your book club, your church club, anyone, any woman that you think can benefit from this, please share it, because there's going to be free content so that every woman will have access to this information. So I want to thank you again for joining me tonight. And until next Thursday night at 7 o'clock, I wish you well, and click on the button tomorrow for my Indiegogo. Thanks so much for joining. It's Dr. Diana Hoppe saying good night for Thursday night Facebook Live. Take care.